Here we go for the tube.
What up, YouTube?
Sup, tube?
Hello.
Howdy.
Hey there.
We ready to do this?
Alrighty, and here we go. Live for the podcast in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another episode of
Business Bros.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? Hernan Cias, host of the Business Bros podcast, along with my co-host,
The insurance bro, James Cias with Pipeline Insurance.
and we got a good show for you today.
We have an awesome show for you today. We have a guest who has been through a lot of different things, a lot of different professions. Someone who was a beauty queen at one point. And wait, what else were we talking about earlier?
Oh, we're gonna have to wait.
Oh,
and
we're
see.
going to have to wait and see.
We're gonna have to wait and see.
But, well, for what it's worth, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us from Mission Realty Group, Maria Maes.
Thank you for having me, guys. I'm
Welcome
excited.
to the program.
Woo!
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, look at her. She's so excited. I love it.
And just so you
Love
know,
the
no
energy.
tequila shots were taken in the
No.
making of this podcast. It is a Tequila Taco Tuesday.
Speak
Yeah.
for yourself, buddy.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Okay, he was pre-gaming.
Yeah, he was
before,
I'm
pre-gaming.
telling you,
so-
any given Tuesday.
Any given Tuesday. All right, ladies and gents, before we get started, quick reminder, 365 pairs of shoes by the end of the year is what we're shooting for. So if you got a new pair of shoes, used shoes, or you want to donate cash, hit James up, 619-884-0045, or james at csfirst.com. He'll hop on his orange Harley. He'll ride over there and he'll pick those bad boys up from you. Even give you an Instagram story if you like, or remain anonymous, completely up to you. Also, August 24th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., we're going to be participating in the IB Beach Cleanup.
Going back to
So-
our hometown.
Exactly. Going back to the roots. It's where we grew up. So if you want, if you have a senior in high school or a junior in high school or whatever high school kid needs some community service hours, that's a fun way to do it. We're going to be talking with the other boys that are helping us out do this and get some sponsors out there. We're thinking of having a water gun fight. So, I mean, it's just going to be a fun time, help out the community. So if you guys are available, August 24th, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. All right, let's do this. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Maria,
Yeah.
tell me about you. You were a beauty pageant queen?
Let's just call it just a pageant.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was Miss Santee back in 2011. I say like if it's like
so many years ago. Yeah.
It's back in the day.
Not even a decade yet. So keep going. All right, cool.
Yeah. So so I was in the pageant world for quite some time, for a little bit over a decade when I first started competing. And then I won my title of Miss Santee. And after I gave up my title, I continued to be in that industry. I just couldn't get away from it. I just loved the way this program made me feel and empowered me. I learned so many skills that I think for today, my interview skills that I learned with like my networking, especially in my community of Santee.
How about answering questions like on the fly?
Yeah, that too. On-stage questions. We learn how to do that and how just to keep it simple and easy and just keep going and always to be prepared.
Always.
That was the biggest thing that I learned from my directors, is to always have like a little 15-second little spiel about yourself in case you got interviewed or anything, or just need to talk to someone. You always were prepared.
So let me ask you, before the pageant life, like, were you like an introvert, or did you like have fear of getting on stage, or how did it get pushed? No, it's cool. How did you get pushed into it?
So I remember I was with my dad. I was about the age of 12 or 13, and we were at just community events, and I would see the girls with the tiaras, and it would get me so excited. And I was like, maybe one day I'll do it. My dad's like, you just need to do it. But I was never really shy. I was in dance. I did dance competitions. So I was like, should be somewhat the same. I was like, I was already used to being on stage. So I was like, let's just do it. So I did my first pageant. I placed 4th runner-up in the teen division as my first pageant. So I was like, hey, I'll come back. It actually took me 5 years to get the title that I had of Miss Santee in 2011. So I did 4 years as a teen, and people were asking me like, why do you want to do this? So like, if you haven't won the title.
Yeah,
I was
of
like,
course.
because I was like, that's not me. I was like, I'm going to get it. I was like, that's my goal, and I'm going to get it. And then my last year as a teen, I got 1st runner-up. So you're like, I'm
close.
so close.
I'm close.
I was like,
Yeah.
I could do it. But then the following year, I had to compete as a miss. So I was only 17.
What's the difference there?
So it's the age difference. So it's between usually 13 to 17 or 12 to 17, depending on like birth dates or all of that fun stuff. And then 17 to 26.
Oh.
So I was a bigger range. I was competing against girls. I was one of the youngest ones in my division. And I won that year.
So how does, for everybody else who's not in the pageant world, all we see is you walk on stage, you answer a few questions. Like, it's very nonchalant for just the average viewer. But when you're in it, like, it's a whole different ball game. There's so many skill sets, so much practice, so much things that go into it. Like, tell me a little bit about like that kind of dedication that you have to, to get better, to progress from going from fourth runner up all the way to first runner up to winning.
So with that, there's rehearsals that we had as in that pageant system program that was in my community. It was every Sunday starting from like February until March. So every Sunday you were there practicing. But mostly what it was myself practicing out of those rehearsals, like really looking over my bio that I had, giving the judges and answering and making sure. I would give it to my dad and be like, hey, you need to ask me questions right now. Or I would go up to like any friends of mine and be like, hey, here's my bio, ask me questions. So I would just have them practice and just getting better. And sometimes it's just like knowing when to like answer it nice and like precise. And then like when you sometimes, you just keep going on and on.
Yeah,
with some other
rambling type
thing.
thing, right?
So like I had to learn, because I love to talk. And sometimes when I get nervous, I just ramble on way too much. And I'm just like, okay, I needed to learn how to stop and just make it, get my point across and just be efficient with like my words that I needed to get to the judges to make sure they knew I wanted that title.
What happens after you win? Like, okay, so you work your butt off, right? You get progressively better. Now you win. What kind of opportunities did that open for you?
Oh, wow. So much. I owe a lot to my development in my community because as being Miss CNT, I was able to go to business mixers at the age of 17, 18. That's still a big different world that you're not so used to it. Like, at that age.
You've never seen it. You don't speak that language. It's completely different.
I was only 17. I was a senior in high school. I was enjoying what I was going to do at prom. That was my mind. And I won a few months before that. So I was going to business mixers and I was getting to meet all like the mayor, the council members. And from that, I was able to build relationships that have lasted and have helped me so much. I also got my first job right out after high school because I was able to interview on the spot for it.
Dude, that's I want to pick your brain a little bit because I teach high school students, right? And so right now, like one of the biggest things that I love is kind of turning on that light bulb in kids' eyes. And they're 17 and they're not the kids they're probably not university bound, but I want to make sure that they have the tools necessary to be successful anyways in whatever it is they do. And you're exactly right. When you were talking about being 17 and trying to open their eyes to a business world, it's not the easiest thing in the world. That's all they are thinking about is prom and homecoming.
The fun stuff that you're supposed to be as a senior, right?
Yeah. So I want to know some like advice you might give me to help transition these kids so that when I talk to them about whatever it is business wise, whether right now we're talking about the different social media platforms and how we use them as resumes and like I told them if I go to hire somebody, one of the first things I do is Google them. Right? Yeah. Like you were going to be a guest on my show. And when I walked in, I told you, I was like, hey, look, I was trolling you on, I was stalking you on Facebook, right? Because I want to know the person that we're going to be talking to.
Exactly.
So, what kind of advice can you give me being in that world and being 17 at that time?
I think it's just really stressing the importance. I know as a teacher, you have to stress that importance, but it's just really like maybe having guests come and talk about, because sometimes kids won't listen to their teacher, like they'll listen,
different, right?
But sometimes if you get someone that has been in that experience and like, hey, like I listened when I was at that age and I did X, Y, and Z, or hey, like I didn't take that opportunity, but if I would have taken it, it would have taken me to a different level. Or so I'm very thankful that I was able to just get into that as soon as possible, and it's just engaging them in a way that they like. So it's like maybe it's through pageant world, maybe it's like even if it's like with NASCAR or something, you get them into like more of like that atmosphere of like business mixers that are more geared towards the auto club or something like that, because sometimes it's not going to be their age, 17 years old. It's always going to be older people, and you have to break that ice. You have to just get out and do it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Get out and do it.
Yeah.
All right, so pageant world opens up the door to a new job. When did you decide sales was going to be your thing? I mean, you're on stage pretty much selling your personality and who you are. When did you decide to turn it into a career?
When I was recruited to work for Miss California USA with my past director and one of my dear friends also, Pam Wilson, they contacted me if I wanted to work and help recruit for, girls to compete at Miss California USA, and just help with the production of the whole pageant. And what better? I was like,
you're like, hey, I've been in this world for so many years.
I get to like do what I love, and I was like, and help girls, and it's just so nice. It's like getting to know girls. We recruited sometimes over 200 girls to compete at Miss California USA, and as much as like only 2 girls win, I love that I was able to talk to most of the 200 girls. I would remember them by their first, last name, the title, and their headshot. So when they were able to come in,
you already recognized
I knew
them.
who they were, and I would try to remember something memorable about them. I think when you're able to connect with them and like, oh, I'm not just another contestant. Like, I am someone that you remembered and you held a conversation with me. I thought it meant something more to them.
That's an amazing skill, by the way. I mean, how many people do you meet on a regular basis and you try to remember their names and something about them? This guy over here, he's always trying to get me to do stuff like that.
Hey, now I don't know how I did that, because I'm just like, before then I was able to remember everything. Now I'm just like, what did I do 2 days ago?
What did I have for breakfast?
But I think it was like repetitive, just like seeing their name, their headshot, their title, and then I would write little notes in there for myself to remember and just follow up. So when I would talk to them, I would follow up with them as well.
Oh man, it makes all the difference. Do you still do that like with real estate today?
I haven't done that much with real estate. There was a few things that I know I could pick up more, but I remember one of a client came into an open house and they told me they were on keto and they were thinking maybe selling their house. So I packed up a little keto bag and dropped it off at their home, and so make little that connection. Little things like that, just that actually shows that you're not only like listening because they want a real estate transaction, because you want to grow a relationship with them.
You definitely want to do that sort of thing.
I think it's making that personal touch is what makes the difference to people. At least to me it does.
Because you're a person. Yeah. You're being engaged as a person. It makes, to me too, it makes all the difference in the world. I want to talk to people. I don't want to be sold. Mm-hmm. I don't mind, like, I forgot, who was I talking to? We were talking to Jeff, I think is the one who said it. People want to buy, but they don't want to be sold. Mm-hmm. Right? So and I think that's the difference, that little genuineness of you're listening to them. Here's a care package. I really did pay attention, and I care about you as an individual, as a person. And if you want to work with me, great. But if not, like, we've established a relationship. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's a big thing. All right, I want to go back to the California pageant. Yeah. So what did you end up doing in there? So that you said that's how you started getting your sales stuff going.
Yeah, so it was all the administrative work that we answered emails, phone calls. We did interviews with the contestants before they signed up. And then we helped with the whole production aspect of it. It's like leading up to the pageant. And then we had pageant weekend that we did. So we helped with check-in, getting the girls, make sure they were at the right rooms, and make sure the whole production ran.
What's the recruitment like for that stuff? I mean, do you have to go to other smaller pageants, smaller industries?
I did do that. And I would take notes by myself, and my coworker, who's became one of my dearest friends, Hannah. We would go together to these pageants and write notes about what the girls were wearing and what we thought could be improved on that, and just connect with them and talk to them. And we would love to have them at our pageant. And that's the way we got a lot of our girls going to different pageants in California, but mostly here in San Diego since we're local here. So we would do that, and then we would just try to talk to girls, and if they wanted to meet up later on, and just make it something fun for them. And we also had a big PJ party that we called a game night for the girls one year, and I think that also just helped
build that camaraderie. Yeah. I was trolling through your Facebook page, and I saw you were putting an event, Babes and Beer. How did that go?
It was fun. That was with Jennifer Murdoch. She has her business of Tan and Tipsy. So if anyone's looking for any fun things, go check her out. And she just wanted to start having something monthly with women professionals in any type of industry, and just to have something fun, on a Sunday, or just go and see what everyone is, because I think it's not only just women empowering women, but just people helping people, and just especially when you're an entrepreneur, you just need that help from your community to get started in that push. So I think it's always nice that you have fun events that you can do with other friends that are in the same type of industry or different industry, but you're in the same mindset of being an entrepreneur.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. But then you add beer and you add friends. I'm like,
and it's a great social event.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't want to do business after drinking a few beers? Of course, right?
So
this guy does all the time. He loves it. That's his favorite thing in the world. Is
Before
to go
beer, before work, during work.
Right?
I mean, what?
What?
Before work. I don't know. He threw that before work. No, but
functioning alcoholic.
there you go.
Just
There
kidding.
You go. Sure, don't let mom hear that.
Sorry, mom. Just kidding.
No, I mean, but I mean, he does the same thing. He organizes his happy hours and events like that with different insurance carriers that he represents, and with our agents. We've tried to invite them, build that camaraderie. You know, just make it a fun environment. I think it makes all the difference in the world when you are there as a team. You work as a team. You work as a family. You're there to support each other. You kind of you want to go to work in those types of things.
And that's how it is with my team at Mission Realty Group. Not only I'm on Chad Hughes' team, but the whole Mission Realty Group, that's what they are. It's just one big family over there, and that's what I love. Our team has monthly happy hours that we invite family and friends and guests and our clients to come to there, and just we're able to just connect with them, and just like not in a so professional setting, but just at a restaurant, just to like, hey, like it's time to
relax.
chill.
Yeah. Let me help you unplug from your life, from your day.
So we
just
try
relax.
to do that, and that's what I love about the team I'm on, and also in the company that I work for. It's it's community oriented, and it's one big family. If like you were to need help with something, you know that maybe your team wasn't able to make it, but someone from the other team is able to help. So that's what I love about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're a good person. You do good things for people. Good things are going to come back your way, right? It's kind of like the people that you end up working with, like Jose and Anita, for example, right?
Yes, I love them.
Speaking of good people,
great people.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, right? And congratulations, by the way, to Anita. She just passed her insurance test, so she's a licensed insurance agent. So she's going to be part of our team, and that's going to be some cool stuff in that direction.
Goodness, that's awesome.
But tell me, how did you guys meet? Because you said Jose ended up doing some of your headshots, some of your videos.
He did my video, my Get to Know Your Realtor 101 last year. So when I first got my headshots done at Ink Design with Nayad and Caesar, Anita was a hair and makeup stylist there, and we just started talking to each other, and I was volunteering at The Rock for the Easter production there. And I was telling her I need makeup artists to come and work, like help for us. And she's like, you know what? Let me see if I can do it. And she was amazing. So she was able to make it, and she brought a team of girls that did hair and makeup as well. And it helped tremendously. So thank you for that. So I tell her, I think we were put in each other's paths, not only just for that, because after that, like we continued a friendship after just that experience. And then one day, I got my license, obviously, and then Jose was like, hey, let's start doing, like, he's like, I would like to start a video with you. And then I wanted to do a video right before, because I wanted people to know I was already in real estate. I needed to do something. I needed to put myself out there. And we did a video, and after that, it's just been history.
History from there. How'd you feel being on camera and like trying to be professional in a different like space?
It's different. It's a different industry because I only knew from the pageant world before, but still like has the same being professionalism in front of people, you know, but it was a different industry that I was getting into. So how to be professional, but I still wanted to show myself. We had so much fun filming the show, you know, but the production of the video, and it was fun, and it got emotional as well, because it really, like, they asked the questions why I wanted to get into real estate, and why I was doing it. And then once they started asking them, like, it started getting real. Like, digging real
like,
deep. Oh, okay. I was like,
what triggered the tears? Well, come on, I want to know.
Well, now I'm getting teary.
Yeah, I can see it. So tell me what.
So I think it's just mostly helping people. Like the first time home buyers, I feel like they're the most excited, and I think that's what it is. And I told them I want to be able to just help people. That's what I want to do. Yeah. It's not even like, it's great just doing all this other stuff I get to do as a realtor, but it's mostly just helping people. And I said, people helping people. That's making me get all teary.
I love it, though. I love it.
I know. This is my makeup.
Wait, you're gonna make me smear. But I mean, that sort of emotion, that sort of compassion, that's what people see, right? Yeah. That's why they want to work with you, because they see that you genuinely care about their well-being. You want to help them, you know, you want to see their kids grow up in a spot. You want to see their kids become, you know, grown up and, you know, help mom and dad when they get older, and you were part of that home. Every single memory that ends up happening, you're part of that memory, whether, you know, in direct or indirect. But the fact that you help them find home, like that's I get chills thinking about here's your keys.
Oh,
you know
that's
what I mean?
amazing. It's also like we think about like the first time home buyer. But it's also fun when you help someone move out of their home to fulfill a different adventure that they're on. Myself and my colleague Christine, we were able to help this couple that they were ready to retire and just go on to another state. So we were able to help them. We even went to their garage sale. We helped them be there with them and try to sell and get them going and just be there along the way. It's just not only we're realtors, but hey, sometimes you just need to vent to us. Like, we're there too.
Yeah, a little bit of therapy.
A little bit of everything.
Right?
That's how we are.
Make sure that you're calm and
Yeah.
you have to let out any aggression. I'm here for you. I will answer the phone.
Yes.
But you know what? It's gonna make your real estate business that much better. I always, you know, ask people who've been in the business 20, 25 years or whatever, where your business comes from, and they all those of you who you know are in real estate and last that long, they all say referral business, and it's not their clients anymore. It's all their friends. Right, because they've helped them buy or sell, they've helped watch their kids grow up, they've helped become part of their life, and so, you know, 20 years in the business, they're not prospecting anymore. They're just constantly getting referrals because they've built friendships and relationships. They're constant communication with all them. So that heart that you have right now, I see it becoming one of those types of careers where you're building those connections, and people are just going to send you business because they like you. Because when you give the keys, you squeeze tears.
Yeah, I do.
It makes all it makes all difference in the world that you genuinely care.
Yeah, and that's one great thing. Probably will tell it all over again. So with the community and the company I'm with Mission Relay, I could see that through them with Chad and Daniel and JJ. Like, they have just built that relationship within the community that it's just like they know.
They know exactly.
They're just great people.
Your whole team's aligned in the same vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it
easier too.
It makes it super easy. You enjoy going to work.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Right?
All right, let's move on to Ask the Bros. So I've asked you a ton of questions about you. Yeah. Now you get to ask us something. What would you like to ask either one of us?
Well, you guys made it very clear that I can't ask you why'd you started the podcast. So on top of that, what do you guys like to do for fun?
Ooh, that's a good one.
On the spot, right?
On the spot.
Go.
Okay, this is my fun, honestly. Okay. Like this, like being able to talk to people and getting to know them and building those relationships. This is my fun. So, I mean, you walked in, my kids are here, right? Like, this is my fun time where I get to do something that I, you know, nobody tells me how to do it. Nobody's, you know, in the way. My kids are here at home. I get to meet people every single day and build those relationships. Like, you're now part of the Business Bros family. Woo! So for me, that's the fun part. You?
Karaoke.
Yeah. I knew you were going to go with karaoke.
Karaoke all day long. That's definitely my go-to. Other than that, ride my Harley. I could just go for however long a ride, just along the coast, zipping through between cars all day long. Always fun.
So scary. I'm not hearing.
Oh, I know. Mom, stop listening again.
So since you like karaoke, why don't you sing us a song?
Ooh. I don't know.
You always have to be prepared. I told you, always be prepared.
See, you're gonna win a beauty pageant one day.
Oh boy, here we go. No, I need music. I need music.
Maestro, please.
I know,
DJ?
right?
Do you want us to clap for you?
Oh my God, she's really putting me on the spot here.
Okay, someone turned red.
Yeah, he's blushing.
Yeah. Here we go. Now that she's back in the atmosphere with drops of Jupiter in her hair. That's all you get.
Okay. At least he did it. At least it
That's the go-to song, huh?
That's the go-to. That's the go-to. Yeah.
American Idol, watch out.
Yeah, okay.
It sounds way better after you've had a few beers.
Definitely. Right. DJ V over at AI Entertainment definitely keeps those the vibes going, and
the mic on mute.
And
probably.
the mic on mute.
Okay.
Yeah,
just making sure we want.
When I go up, for sure. Yeah.
The laugh track.
Crickets.
They're like, okay, next.
So, best question, by the way, so far. She made you sing.
She did.
That is awesome.
Well, it wasn't. I mean, it's a question. It's easy to answer,
Yeah.
but then she like really put me on the spot, and I'm like, oh,
Maria, high five for that one.
Yes.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Always one thing that a tip that I got from the pageant industry is that when I was competing, and they said if you were to put something on your bio, be prepared to sing, dance, or whatever, because your judges wanted to know if you
Or
know
legit.
about it. And so one time I also put I love to tap dance, and they asked me like, show us a dance, and I'm like, good thing I know how to tap dance. And I was already a tap dancer, so it is. But that's one thing that you learn when you tell people, let me hear you sing, and you know.
Ooh,
So next
that's
time,
good.
maybe if you tell me like karaoke, you just be prepared.
being prepared. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
There.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, there you go. So we're gonna ask you, what did you take away from the podcast?
Next
Just
time he's gonna be
prepared.
like, next time he's gonna be at the beginning of the show, he's like, go ahead and ask where the podcast came from.
just ask that question.
I just won't turn as red. That's all.
Yeah, that's all.
He's like, that's
ready.
cool.
I was like,
He's gonna be practicing. He might even just have like an audio already.
Yeah. He'll have a track ready
Yeah.
to go. Boom, there you go.
You're welcome.
I was just trying to match your dress. That's all. With my face.
It worked.
Oh boy.
We got it.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Maria. Who do you think would be a good guest to have on the podcast?
It's hard to narrow it down to just one person. I feel
You
like
tag a few.
anyone from my team or my company, a Mission Reality Group, you will have a variety of people to talk to. So, hey, listen up, Mission Reality. I just nominated all of you, so they're gonna start picking and choosing. They're
You've
all
been called
nominated.
out. We're gonna tag each and every one of you on this episode.
Anyone
So when
from
they
there.
all give you a shout out, they're like, Maria, you did awesome. We're gonna be like, you're next.
Yes, I just feel like everyone there has a little bit of a different way that they do business, and we all learn from each other.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like everyone there has their own like great thing that they are, and you learn from everyone. So I think anyone from there would be. So
Well,
be careful.
You
you're
heard
next.
it. You guys are all next on the same day at the same time. No, I'm just
Oh.
playing. It's not gonna work that way.
Can we do a group karaoke?
Oh,
I'm good. I never said I did. I never said
that
I was
wasn't in
singer.
my bio.
Yeah,
Hey,
it
come
wasn't
on, come
my
on.
bio either.
I do parodies and look like an idiot by myself. Thank you very much.
Well rehearsed.
Well rehearsed.
You're on your own, okay?
Yep. All right.
That's all right. Come on out to number 1 Fifth Avenue Thursday nights. You'll see me.
You'll see. And it won't be as
Alright.
embarrassing. He'll actually
We will
give
be
you a
hearing
hug.
you probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Unless DJ V mutes the mic again.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then
Make
it's
sure to
just
mute
soundtrack.
it. No, tell him.
Maria, you've been awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me. This was fun.
This was a good one. Made me laugh, made me blush, made you turn red. I love this
a
one.
little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. All right.
It's a great show.
Yeah, ladies and gents, quick reminder, 365 pairs of shoes by the end of the year. If you got new shoes, used shoes, or you want to donate cash, hit James up, 619-884-0045 or james@csfirst.com. He'll hop on his Harley right over there and pick them up. And remember,
He would also sing you a song.
ooh, put him on
Oh,
the
snap.
spot. Let's see if he'll
All
do
right,
it.
yes.
And tell him it has to be his Instagram story. Wink, wink.
I'm down.
Oh, there you
Okay,
go.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. By the way,
If it's going to get us more shoes, I will do it.
boom.
Let's do it.
Ooh,
Okay,
ooh,
okay.
We're being called out here. All right. It also, remember, he does insurance, or better yet, we own an insurance agency. So if you want to add insurance into your business, maybe you have a mortgage office, tax office, or whatever it is, you want to add insurance as another line of business, or you just need help with your homeowners policies or your business policies or whatever, hit James up, 619-884-0045 or james@csfirst.com. And August 24th, we're doing an IB beach cleanup. Hit us up at Business Bros Pod on any of our social media for more details. Maria, thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you coming on the show, putting
was
us on the
fun.
spot.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Fantastic.
All right,
Yes.
ladies and gents, that's all we got for you guys today. Peace.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And I'm out.
Wow. All right. Thanks for that.
Bye,
Thank you,
Facebook.
Facebook. We love you.
Bye.